30 years ago, West Yorkshire Police, of course, did not have access to the same technology available today. There wasn't as much CCTV, mobile phones weren't really being used much, there were no automatic number plate recognition cameras, no social media. It was a very challenging investigation. We've been speaking to the two detectives who launched the search for Lindsay Rimer back in 1994. Both now retired. They came back to Hebden Bridge to talk to us about the case they so desperately want to see solved.
Police investigating the disappearance of the Hebden Bridge schoolgirl Lindsay Rimer now believe she left the town with somebody she knew.
She's been out for 2 nights now. We don't know whether she's gone of her own free will. We don't know whether she's gone against her will, and we're keeping our options open at the moment. As time goes by, obviously, we're becoming more and more concerned for her safety.
I got a phone call to say that a 13-year-old girl had gone missing in Hebden Bridge. But at the time, it was a gut feeling. A gut feeling of, she's a very particular girl, she's very meticulous at what she does. It was not a girl that had run away from home.
The last confirmed sighting of Lindsay was of her sitting alone on a wall by a bus stop on the main road through Hebden Bridge. That was at 20 to 11.
Spar shop.
She comes to that spar shop, and the last sighting, somebody saw her here. She didn't get on the bus.
You just had that alarm bell about it that said, this is going to end in tears. The things about it, the fact she was a very organised girl. She had plans for the evening, she had plans for the morning paper round, school books were ready. Everything looked as though she was planning to be at home and go to school, go to work and then go to school in the morning. And she disappears.
The police investigation is becoming more desperate with each hour that Lindsay remains missing and with no sightings of her reported. Her father Gordon today attended a news conference held by the police to appeal for any information.
She's just literally vanished from here, from the street. Gone.
There are no obvious injuries to the body. Despite that, I'm satisfied that Lindsay Rimer was murdered.
Do you think about Lindsay Rimer often?
Yeah, you're bound to, aren't you? Quite a distinctive little girl. Everyone liked her. She was hard working. She was up in the morning, delivering newspapers, doing her school work, keeping in touch with her friends. Everything going for her. And she goes for cornflakes at the local shop and dies. I mean, it's beyond belief, isn't it?
It's a little girl that I've never met, but I know really well. But the reality is, and I've always said this, I hope I don't take this to my grave, but it's looking increasingly likely.
Much of the town had been involved in the search for Lindsay Rimer. Now many are asking whether her killer lives among them.
Somebody in this town still knows something.
Yeah. And maybe 30 years on, shall we pick up a phone?
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Well, the person in charge of the investigation today is Detective Chief Inspector James Entwistle, and he joins me now. Good evening.
Good evening.
What response have you had in Hebden Bridge today?
So we've had a brilliant response today. The team have been out since 8 o'clock this morning. It's been market day, they've been speaking to everyone. We've had an immense amount of information come in through that, but it's not just that, it's also nationally and internationally through the social media, through the press stuff that we've done. We've had